offended. You know the phrase, taking offense? Well, we don't really have to take it. It can be offered. But if we choose to take it in and to internalize whatever hurt it is, that's our choice. You see, whatever anyone else does is always up to them. It's never about us. It's because of their perceptions, because of their reality, and how they view the world. Now, we may be the recipients of whatever, but how we take it is up to us. So what this says is, don't let the small things upset you. Other people's actions aren't worth the stress. You have to ask yourself, is it worth the stress? Because those slights, those hurts, can stay with us unless we somehow release them and just build one upon the other, upon the other. And frankly, that really isn't good for our physical bodies either. Okay? I remember many, many years ago when I had been taught that ulcers had nothing to do with emotions. And I remember telling my students, I was teaching biology at the time, and I said, this is what I've been taught, but somehow, I wonder about it. And of course, we've also been told that, there's bacteria, etc., but stress exacerbates it. All right. So anyway, what I'm saying is that whether or not we choose to take the slight and internalize it, that's our choice. Okay, number 2. Don't be superior. We're all equals. Every one of us. We're all different. Each one of us has different gifts. Each one of us has different strengths. Each one of us has different perspectives, different lenses in which we view our own reality. But we're all the same together. We're just different. We have individuality. But that doesn't mean we're either superior or inferior. No. Difference does not mean better, or less than, or not enough. Difference just means that. Difference. I like to use, instead of a ladder explaining differences, which is above and below, I always like to use points. Because if you use points on a flat plane, then everybody is equal, just in separate areas. So yeah, whether we're old or young, fat or skinny, it doesn't matter. Okay? It says leadership is about being better than your past self. Yeah. Not others. Not others. Just because I'm up here doesn't mean I'm better than any one of you, either here or online. Absolutely not. We just have a different set of skills. That's all. Just different. Okay, next one. You're not your achievements. Whoa. Now, in my initial introduction, David listed all of these things. But am I all of those things? Yeah, I've done those things. I've achieved those things. So what? Does that make me good? Does that make me understanding of others? Compassionate? When we ask people, when we meet people, usually one of the first things that are said is, I do such and such, or my job is, fill in the blank. That may be what you do from 9 to 5 or whatever the span of time is, but that's not who you are at all. For me, I am a spiritual being having this physical experience, learning as I grow, and hopefully grow as I go, and hopefully continue to evolve, continue to change. So I'm not my achievements. It says here, achievements are important. They don't define who you are. It's how we treat other beings, both human and not. Animals are just as important of how we treat each other. How we accept each other, especially today in this divisive world of duality, okay? Pitting one against the other. We're all equal. Each of us is enough. Next, winning isn't everything. No. Except what you can't control. About a week and a half ago, I was at a retreat, and one of the participants with me was a coach at a large institution. And she kept saying, I tell the people who she's coaching, her teams, control the controllables. Winning isn't everything. You do your best. And when I heard her say that, I thought, oh, I like her. Winning isn't everything, but doing your best is very important. It doesn't matter what your best is, but to just put forth what you can. So, you can't always win, and that's okay. Don't let it affect your self-worth. Because remember that some people may run very well, sprint very well. Some people may not be athletic, but they may be gifted musically. Some people may be gifted in a creative sense. And even the media would be different. So some people may use pastels, or some people may use charcoal, or some people may sculpt, or whatever. It doesn't affect self-worth. Each one of us is worthy. Next one is really interesting. Let go of control. I would put let go of perceived control. Because do we really have control? I remember someone once having told me that if you were to take a hula hoop and kind of just take it and just let it go, that would kind of be the perimeter or the whole area of our control. And I would say that even that is larger, because sometimes even closer to us, we may get a cold or something. And so are we always in control of even ourselves? So let go of perceived control. We certainly can't control others. We usually can't control any situation, though we may want to have input into it. But the key is to let go of the results once you do your best. You know? Because we can't force solutions, no matter how much we may wish for somebody to change, or we may wish for a situation, politics. No. Don't try to micromanage everything. You can't do it anyway. So it's just kind of like beating your head against the wall. And people will resent it if you try to switch them. You can't. People don't change unless they wish to. Just like the only one we can change is ourselves. And that's doing a lot of internal work. And that never stops. Okay, next one, we're almost done, is know when to stop. Sometimes especially artists, you know, when they're making their piece of art, whether painting or drawing or doing whatever, know when to stop, which means it's okay to walk away from something. Yeah. Know when to let go, just like the leaves. And they show beautiful colors even before they do. All those colors were in there. They were just masked by the green because of chlorophyll. But know when to stop. And know when to be satisfied. Yeah. And that means try not to have this negative self-talk. That's a topic for another day. And know when to stop striving for more. Oh my, what's enough? When do we know we have enough? Enough of what? And I'm not talking about only material stuff. Only that too. And then finally, you're not always right. We're not always right. My question is there a right? There are different perspectives. And it says, it's okay to let others win. And I don't mean on purpose, but it's okay for others to win also. We don't have to always have the last word. We don't have to be thought of as being correct by everyone we're in relationship with. It's okay to say, oh. It's okay to apologize. It's okay not to win. Even in a game. So, even though I found this in an inauspicious place on social media, I thought it quite useful. And the topics could have depth to each. So I hope it touched you as much as it did me when I read them. And have a nice day after you leave here. It's a gorgeous one today. A little nippy, but it's fall. Thank you.